Hi, everybody. This is Steve Scalise, publisher of BayouBuzz.com. And on behalf of electionswin.com, we're going to, at this point, we're talking to Greg Buisson. Just a few bio notes, if you don't mind. Greg Buisson graduated from Loyola University with a double major in political science and communications. He worked for Jimmy Fitzmaurice, press secretary, after only 1 year, which I think is really phenomenal in terms of working with Fitz. And then you went to work for Times-Picayune, and you were the general manager, station manager for WVUE for quite a while, and then opened up in 1999. Buisson Creative, and you've been very involved. You've represented just about every politico in Jefferson Parish, and you've extended that statewide. Represented right now, you're representing the number of people. Certainly, A.G. Crow for Secretary of State. You've represented, I don't know if you're involved right now with Steve Scalise, but you've really been out there. So thank you so much for being with us at this point in time. I really appreciate it.
We're excited to be here. Thanks.
So I guess the very first question I have is the role of, just in general, if you don't mind, the role of the, say, the media consultant. What is the role of media consultant?
Well, I mean, I think a really good media consultant is really focused on how do you image and message the candidate to the voting public in a way that it really captures who that person really is. And in addition to that you really aren't doing anything that would create a false image of that candidate, because ultimately, if the candidate can't live up to it, then that's something that the voters can see through, and ultimately the voters will not believe in that candidate. And so I think a good imaging and good messaging is, for the media consultant, is to make sure that you go in, you have a great understanding of who the candidate is, you know his history, you know his background, you know his philosophy, you know what the platform is of the candidate, what the issues are in the campaign, and then you strategize at that point on what you want to reveal. What are the high points that you want to reveal during the campaign?
At what point in time does a candidate normally get the media consultant involved?
Well, they should get a media consultant involved from the very beginning of the campaign. Sometimes one of the common mistakes by candidates, especially new candidates, is that they believe that the second that they bring the media consultant online, they're going to need to have all of the money that they need for the media buys, media purchases, everything that you need media-wise in a campaign. And that's not true. You need the media consultant on early to begin strategizing and help properly budget for what needs to be done in a campaign from a media standpoint. And media is everything from direct mail, radio, television, digital, and social, like what we're doing right now on the digital end. Making sure that you've got the right collateral materials, automated messaging that goes out to voters these days, any kinds of communication, direct back and forth with the voter, from outdoor signs to what you see ultimately on the 10 o'clock news.
So what part of that do you enjoy the most?
Well, I always enjoy the strategy the most. What's fun for us is really looking at every campaign is unique, every candidate is unique. The electorate has a great history to the electorate on voting patterns and interest in certain elections, and so taking those different the voter history and the candidate's ability to really deliver a message the strategy of that, then looking at the other candidates in the race and where you think they're going to go. It's really the playbook before you actually get to the campaign, and before you get to election day. So that's the most enjoyable part of it that I like. The other part is I just the power of video, the power of television and digital is so strong, and I love the emotion building that brings to something. And so, if you can connect with someone emotionally, you can certainly make a big difference in a campaign. So I enjoy that very, very much also.
You mentioned digital, obviously, that's close to my heart. I'm just wondering, what role is digital playing in terms of media strategy, and has it changed over time?
It's in every campaign now. It's growing every day. It's fast becoming a part of the medium that you have to use, that is considered a must use. Um, it's stronger in some states than it is in others, as you would imagine, as is computer use just in general.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality of it is that I'm enjoying the success that we're getting off of digital messaging in some of these campaigns, because I'm seeing the numbers. And the good part is you can track things analytically, as you well know,
Mm-hmm.
to really see who you're reaching and how many times you're reaching them and what's the likelihood that that they're going to vote ultimately. So it's very, very good, and it's becoming a much larger part of what we do every day in our campaigns. I'll tell you that.